God can see things in each of us and in this community that we can't even see for ourselves. And as we join God in the work that He's doing, we get to participate in this vision that God has for us and for our community.
When I was about 19 years old, I got a summer camp job working at a church called 1 Corinthians 13 Church. One Sunday morning, they started out the church service by inviting all the kids up to pray. These little kids were praying out loud and praying for things that really would break your heart. But not 10 minutes later, that room was filled with singing, dancing, laughing, and just praising God in the midst of all that. And I just thought, what do they know? I want to know that. I want to know God like that. At the time, Kirk was living in Bolivia, doing some mission work. And he said, hey, I'd love it if you came down. I really didn't want to leave the neighborhood. I had already told God this is where I want to be. But I also wanted to be next to this guy too. And so I went for a couple of years to Bolivia. We worked there. We had a great experience. And then I had an opportunity to say, hey, I've done my stint in Bolivia. Why don't you come back and do a stint with me?
And then we got a chance to live in the neighborhood, no nonprofit, just be a part of life in the community. Our son Elijah was born during that time. We had a dedication for him, and there's this picture of community members up front. I'm holding him, and Amanda's there. Our family felt accepted and loved in the community. Still have that photo and still carry that memory and treasure it. And I think what you said, like, this is life here, and we want to be a part of that. And then started thinking, how?
We kind of discerned that filling in the gap between turning 18 and what do I do next, we could jump in and try to help people make the transition.
And that really came from listening to people, pastors who were already working in the community. We're thinking, is this really a job?
We always had the feeling of, we don't know what we're doing. Like in those early years, we still do. You just went out and started knocking on doors in the neighborhood and trying to get to know people.
We kind of have these wandering years of like where things are happening.
But soon after that, we realized what people need is community. And so that gave us the idea for the Gateway houses.
It created a space to start to be together on Perry Street.
Kind of a sense of family.
I think everybody needs that. You need community to help you. I don't know stories of people who've done it without that.
After that, just the different pieces started to spring up naturally. Somebody donated a swing set, so we put it in the backyard of the Gateway house. Kids started to hang around. Those kids eventually turned into the BBC program. And then they had some older siblings who started hanging around, and then the snow cone business.
It was really trying to follow God and our neighbors through this journey. And it's scarier, but there's a lot more life that way. In the very first year, so many things happened with health issues in our family, with natural disasters, with partnerships. All of these different elements kind of one by one fell apart. I think there's a challenge in just doing anything for the long haul.
You get to see the good points, and you also get to see the low moments. When I've hit my own bumps in the road and my own low points, just the strength that they've given me through their own example of how to keep going has been such a gift.
For 8 years, our office was 500 feet from the front door of this place where so much destruction happened. We were able to buy that property, and now it's 21 units of affordable rental housing. The Haven of OST has really infused growth into what we do in rental housing, to have that continuum where families can start off in something really, really cheap, really simple, but clean and safe, and move all the way to home ownership. I think about Sakenya, I think about Carisha, I think about Renee, I think about our friends from other nonprofits and churches that have been working in this community, and now they have a home that they own in the neighborhood, and we see each other. I'm like, we're waving as we cross. It feels like there's a part of that community that's being realized now that didn't before. And that's really exciting. Our son Elijah and Ion and Jabari were all working in the kids' camp together. It's fun to see them step into that role of being someone who gives back to their community, and they feel that sense of pride and joy in it. I love that.
And I think when you have multiple generations like that, investing in one place over the long haul, the fruit of that will really be something beautiful.